So me, Nick, Jen.
Wait, hold on. How come you're first? How come you outrank me?
Well, because I'm bringing us in.
Oh,
So
well, when you put it like that. You're listening to the all-new CultureCast, Chicagoland's finest podcast.
I am the Gorehound.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jen.
Charles.
Did we lose Charlie?
Oh my gosh. What kind of shit show do we have on here?
I said in post. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we do now. What's going on, pal?
I don't know. I didn't change anything.
Okay. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the newest edition of the all-new CultureCast. Today we will be talking pretty much generic Christmas stuff, what our favorite Christmas movies are, and what makes a Christmas movie. How are you all doing today?
Jen?
I'm doing great. It's Christmas time, which means that I, of course, went shopping today. I thought, about time to start my shopping.
About time.
You don't want to rush into that, so...
No, that's how you end up buying things that people need.
I don't know. I have to say, I decided that I'm going to go to Woodfield Mall this weekend just for the pure chaos factor.
Oh,
I just want
yeah.
to see how crazy it's going to be.
I love going to the mall on Christmas Eve and just seeing...
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not going for anything in particular, just to take in Woodfield at the most popular time, probably most popular day of the year.
Yeah. No, it is bananas, and there's always somebody like screaming and somebody's crying.
Yeah,
and then there's all these kids in line to see Santa, and they hate it.
Yeah, and me and the Graveyard Queen are going to be the ones who are screaming and crying at each other. I mean, so if you see a couple that's screaming and crying, just be like, "Gorehound!"
Yeah, no, definitely.
And Charles, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Kind of say, don't want to sort of jamming on your vibe. Yes, just enjoying, getting ready for the holiday, just getting ready for Christmas, just running around, trying to do last minute shopping and all that good stuff. So
it's wonderful to have you back on. Been a few weeks.
It's been a hot minute. So
yeah.
I'm back. They tried locking me out. So
all right,
back in the show.
All right. We want to jump on in, or
let's jump to some of our. Well, I want to introduce a new topic tonight.
Let's do it.
A topic that I call "In the News." In the news. In this segment, I'm thinking about talking about things that have popped up that I think might be worth a quick discussion or two. And over the past few weeks, there have been two things that have been popping up that they're tangentially related to one another. I'm just kind of want to throw the topic out at you guys here. And the first one is Leah Dunham. So how much of a human piece of garbage is she in reality? Because I feel like every month something new happens that makes me weep for the future of the human race because of her.
I don't know much about her other than she's in Girls, and I don't find her the most attractive woman.
I know she diddled.
No one cares if you find her attractive or not.
So like, well, that's an interesting way to go, but not where I was going. But okay, like here's
what happened.
Well, for one, she hasn't really endeared me to her as a pop culture icon thus far because of one, I feel she's the poster child of white privilege. Two, she according to her own admission, kind of molested her sister for multiple years. 3, outed her sister in front of her parents when her sister wasn't ready to come out. 4, essentially made up a sexual assault story just to sell her book, and then later retracted it when the guy she claimed she alluded to did it called her out on it, and she said, "Oh, well, that didn't exactly happen to me." And then the newest
I did
thing,
not hear about any of this.
It was
I
in
heard
her
about
like
the journalist.
it was in her like autobiography a couple of years ago, and man, if that thing came out today, given the current environment. But the newest thing is, so lately, the last couple of months, we've been having a lot of women in Hollywood coming forward and accusing men of sexual misconduct, and it's been a big thing. And Leah Dunham posted a tweet saying all women should be believed. And then about 2 months later, one of the writers on Girls was accused of sexual assault. And her immediate response was, oh, that's a fake claim. It's one of the 3% of fake claims that people make. And to me, that's like, oh, all women need to be believed unless you're a friend of mine, in which case they're a liar. And that just really, I mean, she got a lot of heat for it. And that just really just burns me a little bit. Thoughts?
Okay, well, listen, I don't think Lena Dunham is a very great person, but I would like to point out that, while that is definitely shitty behavior, there have been way more men in Hollywood who have been not believing women, and, I think it's important we call them out too,
Oh, I agree, but I guess my thing, and this isn't exclusive to Leah Dunham, but I just hate it, the outright hypocrisy, or rather the if she was being hypocritical and acknowledged the nature of the hypocriticalness, okay, that's one thing, but the ignorance of hypocrisy, does that make sense? And like I don't know, it's just that I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think just to state the obvious, and the worst part is that people are making these accusations that are false, and that just diminishes every actual accusation, and then it makes it much more difficult to understand or believe what is real and what isn't. And if, like, we shouldn't be having to question whether an accusation is real or not. We should be dealing with the consequences and I don't know, disciplining those who actually do these awful things.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would like to think that most of the accusations are real, but surely there are some that people just say because of a variety of things. Like in the recent Roy Moore thing, there was someone who came forward after the initial couple of people were identified about the whole yearbook thing that she amended it or something, and it's like people like that who are actually hurting the cause and hurting the people who actually are suffering or do suffer these awful acts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Any other thoughts from anyone? Charlie, Jen?
Well, like I said, I mean, I don't like Lena Dunham. I think it's very unfortunate because she came to Hollywood and a lot of people pointed out, for instance, that her show was way too white. And, definitely it was, and definitely it still is. And, but I think it's interesting because she definitely got a lot more hate for it than a lot of male showrunners and creators who have equally white TV shows, and I'm not quite sure why she seemed to get more hate than other people. I mean, I'm just saying, I kind of followed her when she started. I watched the first season of Girls, never really finished it or anything, but it makes me uncomfortable, that it like a young, woman comes out in Hollywood and, finds success and people just immediately start treading her down, and then, like I said, and then it's unfortunate because she does do all these shitty things and I want her to stop.
Yeah.
Twitter gets people in trouble.
Absolutely.
I maintain our president, if he did not have a Twitter feed, half of his problems would not exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they would exist
Probably
in
also
ways.
Wouldn't accidentally start, war with North Korea.
Well, let's just face it, that's going to happen no matter what, regardless of who's in power. Yay, world events.
Yeah. Go 2017.
So
you had something else on your mind.
Yes, this links to my other thing. It links to, since so many people have been coming out and making accusations. One of the people has been towards Kevin Spacey. And in a shocking turn of events, the movie All the Money in the World, which is being released this Christmas, was reshot under a month to remove Kevin Spacey from the film, replacing him with Christopher Plummer. And for one, Ridley Scott, I can't believe he was able to pull that off in a short amount of time. But two, I was listening to the radio today, and there was so much critical buzz about it, like Globe and Gold winners, like early Oscar contenders, and this and that. And here's my question. Obviously, none of us have seen the movie because it's not out yet as of this recording, but I wonder if the movie is legitimately that good, or if people are giving it all this critical buzz, including award nods to Christopher Plummer, just to stick it to Kevin Spacey.
God, I hope so. That would be amazing.
I like to think it's a little bit. I would like to think it's because the movie's good, but at the same time, it definitely is a big, sort of fuck you to Kevin Spacey. But it is kind of amazing that Ridley Scott, being the madman that he is like, no, we're not going to change the release date. We're, we'll fix it. We'll fix it in post. But yeah, there is a part of me that kind of wonders, like, do you think they knew, like, all this shit was about ready to hit the fan, like some secret Hollywood cabal, something like that, and like get Christopher Plummer on the back line just in case?
I'm sure there's a lot we don't know about the Hollywood insider goings and outings. Like, I'm sure this, before the accusations hit, I'm sure word spread before the general public, and nobody like you and me knew, but yeah.
No, listen to this, okay? I have a friend who used to live in New York who told me a story about Kevin Spacey like 2 years ago. So not only did apparently most of Hollywood as well as the theater community know, but actual nobodies knew as well.
Really?
Like, it was, oh yeah. Like, a friend of mine had told me a story about a friend of his who was an extra in, I want to say Game of Cards, but I wouldn't swear to it. And, there were all these details. House of Cards, yeah. I wouldn't swear it was that, but I think it was that. And, that this extra had, like, gotten all these, like, text messages from Kevin Spacey, like, oh, you should come to my house. And, like, the guy was, like, straight and married, and Kevin Spacey knew it. But, and obviously he didn't go. But, like, I could definitely see how that sort of pressure on somebody who thought this guy, because he's the star of the show, I could definitely see how that would be enticement enough for someone, to feel that pressure. If the star of the show starts texting you and it's like, hey, maybe next year we can get you a better role, Yeah.
The casting couch comes back.
So let me just say, I did know about this.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about what's going on in Hollywood, but I knew that Kevin Spacey was a creep. Well,
Charlie, I think your question was, did, like, the movie people know that all this stuff was going to be turned into a huge shitstorm?
I think that's my main thing. Is like, how the hell do you, like, within a month? Again, considering that a movie's built on, like, its performances, and you're basically about to, take. Although I don't know this story, I don't know. I know it's supposed to be. Is it based on a true story or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the movie.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it sounds like they must have had some suspicions, and this must have been in the back of their mind. And after more people started commenting, he was like, well, let's just, pull a plug on it.
Talking about the movie All the Money in the World?
Wait. Go away. Why are you here?
Go away.
I'm replacing Christopher Plummer on this podcast.
You are not.
I'm sorry, before this podcast goes to air, I will be replaced by Thor, and
in post-production.
Sorry, guys, there's going to be allegations coming out about me that I'm just too hip and cool. But,
and I knew about them 2 years ago.
That I was too hip and cool? Excellent.
Yeah.
So, it's...
Listen, can I just say, with this whole thing, I think if anything, this just proves that, number one, Hollywood can make it happen. If they want to replace somebody in a movie bad enough, they will. So I think, this is sort of a challenge to future productions, to say, hey, just because you shot a movie doesn't mean you have to leave that guy in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that they switched it out before the movie was released. And I think after a movie is released is when it's like, it's done.
Not always.
But like in Disney movies, how they're like removing like, no, because Disney refuses to remove like racist references from the past.
Well, some of them would be hard to do, like the Native American song from Peter Pan, What Makes the Red Man Red?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, if they had released this movie and then decided to re-release it with Christopher Plummer recast, that would be wrong because it's kind of like erasing, a finished product.
Well, here's the funny thing. One, Star Wars. Two, about 10 years ago, they were trying to make a prequel to The Exorcist. And there are two movies with that were made in conjunction with one another that same cast, roughly same plot, but two distinct films that were released within a year of one another. Look up Exorcist: The Beginning. It's a crazy storyline of how they filmmaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, the sad thing about, not sad, but the interesting thing about all of this, I think, is this is clearly an Oscar bait film, and in 6 months' time, no one is going to remember it.
Oh, yeah.
It seems
that's true of a fair number of Oscar movies, too.
True. The Artist? Who remembers that one? Alrighty. Well, I think we've kind of discussed these topics to the extreme, so let's pass over what we've been watching in the interest of time, but we have to because our listeners demand it. Gorehound, who is your man crush of the week?
Man crush.
It's not that exciting, but it's reverting.
Better not be the guy from Shameless.
It's reverting back to Rami Malek, despite Mr. Robot coming to a close last week or the week before. I keep on wishing that it was on because I had this tradition of watching it every Wednesday when it came on, and I'm like, man, I really wish it came on. And I kind of want to watch the entire series again because this guy was so cool, and the series this season was awesome. So Rami Malek, check him out.
Now that we've had like the same man crush of the week for the past 20 weeks, let's move on to our ho ho ho. I don't know where I was going with that episode topic, in which we're talking about Christmas movies. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite Christmas movies because there's like 1,001 Christmas movies out there. But before we did, this has been a debate that's been going on in pop culture for a while now, and I kind of want to discuss it, and Jen, I'm particularly interested on your view of it, because I think you have a very different view than, say, me and the Gorehound, and even Charlie on movies, which I think is good, because it provides great discussion. But what actually makes a Christmas movie? And by that, there's a lot of debate, like, for example, the film Die Hard. Some people maintain it's a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
Others don't. Same thing with Gremlins. And I guess just what constitutes something to be considered an actual Christmas movie?
Well, I think for starters, I mean, just the setting being in or around Christmas. I mean, I know that's kind of a very cheap way to put it, but I do feel like, you can't. I think that's it. I mean, it's a simple definition, but it's also, I think, very vital that the movie
it's an easy identifier of the subcategory.
Right, because you can't. Because, like I said, there's a certain even if you put, I don't know, put a Christmas movie in space, there's certain pieces of iconography, like like a pine tree, a snowman, a Santa suit. That kind of sort of permeates and sort of gives any film that sort of has that, the feeling like, oh, this is taking place, this is Christmas. and stuff like that. And then I think you can kind of go. I think you kind of go from there, but definitely you have to include visual references to the fact that this is Christmas. Like,
because while these aren't like individual, yes, they are. Like a snowman is an individual icon, but you're not just going to throw a snowman into a Friday the 13th movie and just let them stand alone. They're in there with a group of other, icons such as Santa that are going to identify with. It wouldn't make sense if you just had a snowman in some random movie.
Although I will say... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, if there was a Friday the 13th around Christmas, they could have like a field of like snowman. The kids are walking through it. Then you got a snowman with a hockey mask on, and it's Jason just busts his arms out and like hacks him to death.
Right, and that would be an awesome movie. But that would also identify it as a Christmas horror movie.
So, Jen...
so I was going to say, so I think I'm going to pivot just a little bit, and I'm going to say that there not only has to be Christmas iconography, because there's a fair number of movies out there where, like, it's Christmas for one scene, or, it's like a movie that's following a year in the life of a person, or, another time frame like that. I'm going to say that in order to really count as a Christmas movie, like, the majority of the movie has to take place in the month of December. And I would say another big thing for me is that Christmas has to factor into the plot somehow. Like, it can't
Christmas
just
Day.
it can't just be a movie that takes place during December and then and then there's a tree in the corner and that's it. Like, it has to, somebody has to be trying to catch a plane so that they can get home for Christmas, or something like that. Like, something has to be directly related to... Christmas has to be directly related to the action, to where you'd have to rewrite the movie in order to take the Christmas out.
So, like, basically, Christmas is a setting. If it's just set dressing, no good, but it actually has to factor in the plot.
Has to factor into the plot, yeah. So there has to be something that can only get solved because of Christmas, or Christmas has to be a deadline, or Christmas has to, or, various pieces of Christmas somehow figure into the story.
Okay.
So do we have any examples of movies that touch on a Christmas element but don't necessarily constitute a Christmas movie?
I have a couple.
I got...
Oh, let's hear it. Nick, let's hear it first.
Batman Returns. It's a movie that takes place in the wintertime, and they say, I think,
Yes.
Merry Christmas, but Christmas doesn't really totally factor in. It just happens to be the time of year.
I will grant you that, yeah.
Pretty much any movie by Shane Black, such as the Lethal Weapon films, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, and anything else he's pretty much done. The Good Guys, I think, just came out last year, although I haven't seen it, so I don't know how much Christmas plays into it. He likes to set his films around the Christmas season, but rarely, if at all, Christmas factors into the storylines. It's just set dressing.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong, I think that can be fun, but I don't think it makes a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Charlie,
Okay.
what were you about to say?
I will say, first, you did steal my pick, which was going to be Batman Returns. I would say this could probably be this part of the discussion later, but most horror movies set around Christmas, like, I remember I was going through Netflix the other day, and they had a bunch of them that were like, I think the big one is like, Krampus, or some sort of like horror, where it's like I don't know, something where it's like a holiday themed, like serial killer or something like that.
Like a Silent Night, Deadly Night? Garbage Day!
Yeah. Oh yeah, shit, that could be, it does take place around Christmas.
Yeah, and he dresses up as Santa Claus.
Yeah, cause I'm trying to think. I know there's a couple other like really cheesy ones like that would pop up in like sci-fi, like Santa Sleigh or something like that.
Yeah,
You're speaking Gorehound's language there.
yeah. Santa Sleigh is hands down top five Christmas horror movie. If anybody tried to argue that it is not a Christmas movie, I'm gonna hang up.
Well, Gorehound, I gotta say, it's...
So I'll continue. As Jen said, it has to take place primarily during December. It has to have many elements. It has Santa. It has reindeer. And it takes place on Christmas Day is in the movie. So
now, let me ask this question then. Then in that case, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I'm a yay.
Jen?
Do we have a nays?
I have never watched Die Hard because I don't care.
What?
I've been very busy.
I'm not surprised.
That's unfortunate because I was really looking for what your opinion on that was, but that's okay.
Yeah, maybe this year.
Well, Die
Spoiler
Hard...
alert, probably not.
Here, I'm going to blow your guys' minds. Die Hard and Home Alone are the exact same movie.
What?
Think about it. There's a lone hero who's trapped at home while bad guys try to break in and steal things. And so using his wits and various traps, he defends his home from the bad guys on Christmas.
Yeah, but is Donald Trump in the sequel?
No, but it could have been because the sequel takes place in New York in both films.
Are you saying that there's a Die Hard Home Alone cinematic universe in the making?
I don't see why there couldn't be. Although Bruce Willis will actually have to give a shit, but, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, and somebody has put out a theory that Kevin McAllister actually grows up to be a Jigsaw.
All right, we're just going to leave that one there and move on. Okay, so let me... so since I think we're... Because there's a lot of debate. There's a study that came out just recently that said most Americans don't believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
What?
I say it is because, A, it takes place on Christmas. Christmas is vital to the plot for why McClane is at the party to begin with and why the villains attack the party. But here's the interesting thing. There's another study Dish Network did that they find that of all the Christmas movies, Die Hard is like the... And I'm anecdotally, I might be misremembering it, but it's like the fourth or fifth most watched movie around the holidays off of Dish Network. So much so that they have it exclusively on demand for like the 8 days prior to Christmas because people watch it so much.
I'm going to read some quotes. Rotten Tomatoes says that Die Hard is number 7 on the best Christmas movie of all time. Rotten Tomatoes. UK Film Magazine says that most 56% of Americans say that it's the greatest Christmas horror movie ever made. But there's a poll by YouGov Omnibus.
Wait, that Die Hard's a horror movie?
A Christmas movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, YouGov Omnibus says that only 19% of their survey says that it is a Christmas movie. So it sounds like this YouGov Omnibus is a piece of shit.
All right. Well, let me ask this other question. So, It's a Wonderful Life. Have we all seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes.
Have you seen my Christmas card?
I have. Is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
How?
Jen, are you eating anything?
Oh. Yeah, sorry. I went and found some. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Just said yes, and I'm going to continue doing it. Okay, so suck it up.
So, sorry, I never eat dinner. So, I'm going to say It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie. And I'm going to say that as we were poring over the Gorehound's Christmas card this year, which was styled in the style of It's a Wonderful Life. So we're looking at the card, and Thor was like, oh, yeah, it's all the posters. And then, so we're looking up what the posters were originally and, how they match up with the posters from their card. And then we got into a long discussion where he was like, so an interesting fact about It's a Wonderful Life is that it came out in July. So They just kind of ignored the fact that it took place during Christmas in all the posters so that then they could make a ton of money, and it worked.
but
Yeah.
it does end on a Christmas day.
True.
It does.
The
But-
apex of the movie is on Christmas.
Wait, you said that It's a Wonderful Life came out during the summer?
Yeah, it originally came out in July.
Interesting. Wikipedia says it came out December 20th, 1946.
Okay, well, Thor also could be wrong, but that's what he told
That'd
me.
be a first.
Well, I don't. I'm not saying he's wrong because Wikipedia is notorious for not being 100% accurate. But there have been other Christmas movies like Miracle on 34th Street, which was released during the summer. So,
And IMDb says January.
See, well, it's definitely true that if you look at the posters for It's a Wonderful Life, none of them say anything about Christmas.
right now, going back to that for a second, outside of taking place on Christmas, is there anything in the film that actually deals with the holiday? Like, could this have been on he wants to kill himself on July 4th, and the movie would still be the same?
Well, no, because I think because Christmas does bring this image of of celebration of people coming together.
What about New Year's?
Well,
Maybe it's
more
his birthday.
I think more specifically,
Maybe it's. I'm sorry, I'm just being a jerk now.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with kind of like the I don't know, just that warm fuzzy feeling you get when it's like Christmas Day and stuff like that. And I think if you try to set that at any other time of the year, it would just feel weird and out of place. But on Christmas, it makes sense. It's like, yeah, people come together. They bring the money so that way Potter doesn't. I haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life in like a very long time. I think I saw it when I was younger, but yeah, that's the main. That's what I would say is the main thing that kind of it's essential for it to be for it to take place on Christmas, because any other time of the year it would just feel all this goodwill and stuff like that would just feel really out of place. But Christmas makes sense. It's a time when people come together and miracles can happen.
So I was about to say, well, of course it has to take place at Christmas. That's when, people commit suicide more often around the holidays.
Oh my God!
But looking it up,
God damn.
looking it up, actually people are more likely to commit suicide in the summer. So, I don't know, man. I guess maybe it should have taken place at July 4th.
I mean, I maintain that. Well, because I'm not going to be a stick in the mud. It's a Christmas movie. People could associate it with Christmas. Sure, why not?
Hey,
But
stick by your rules.
I maintain that if you could place this movie at any other day of the year, and the outcome and effect would still be the same.
I don't know. That's a tough call to make, but but also it's just the ending scene of when Jimmy Stewart's holding up his kid, and look, when a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. It's like that kind of only works around Christmas. You can't really.
People will kick you out of the 4th of July party if you talk like that.
Liberty Bell and America. Do you hate America, Cousin Charlie? Why don't you move to Russia, Putin?
Yes.
Okay, you guys are blowing my mind that this is not a Christmas movie.
I'm just saying that the argument can be made.
Right, but because let's be clear, the only element that this has with a Christmas movie is that it ends on Christmas Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the fact is that it's leading up to Christmas. I mean, Christmas is only one day. You can't really, I don't know. I think because it primarily the most pivotal scene of the movie is this Christmas Day scene. It means that it is perhaps one of the most important scenes in the movie. I think that is the tipping point as to why it is a Christmas movie. Despite 90% of the film not taking place on Christmas, the most important scene is.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that with that being the last note that sort of leaves you on,
But
the
movie, but would going by the things we were talking earlier, if George Bailey was running down and say, "Happy 4th of July, everyone! Happy 4th of July, America! Yeah, yeah!" would the movie have lost its impact? Now I'm just being difficult. You do realize that, right?
Absolutely.
But if that had happened, and he hugged everybody out over a picnic or a barbecue, that would have been a July 4th movie.
If Jimmy Stewart decided to crack a cold one with the boys.
Yeah. It would give it a whole new meaning, but at the same time, it would drop it down from its Christmas movie status.
Okay.
So are you saying that the story in It's a Wonderful Life could be used at any other different time in saying outside of Christmas is the main
By
thing?
swapping out the last scene.
I think it could. I mean,
I don't know, though.
Well, here's my argument on that, or my argument for that, I guess, is that ever since It's a Wonderful Life, there have been countless movies and TV shows and episodes and things that have totally aped the plot device of, I'm depressed. Well, I'm going to get a trip down memory lane, and that's going to make me not depressed anymore. And none of them had Christmas involved. So
I don't know about that. I feel like most of the parodies are a Christmas parody.
Well, I'm not talking about parodies. I mean ones that like, hey, that's a great idea for a show. Let's just like quote unquote borrow the concept for our own use.
Right. If I was in a world where I'd never been born, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from on that. Because I'm on Nick's side now.
Yes. Take you guys down.
Yeah.
I think it would be an interesting study. Since apparently we have time to do a study on whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie, I think they should do a study where they watch all those episodes that are, aping off the It's a Wonderful Life story. Because I'm going to bet at least 40% of them take place during the Christmas episode.
I'll, obviously we don't have the time to do it right now. But
probably not before the end of the podcast.
But if I bother to remember before our next episode, I'm going to look that up, and we'll get back to that, because I'm kind of curious, too, as well.
I mean, I'm not going to say that every single episode was a Christmas episode, but I just feel like a significant portion of them were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the audience at home, do your research.
Do our research.
Yeah. Drop us a
Exactly.
line. Tweet us. Find us on Tinder and Grindr and all the other ers.
Okay.
Tell us, this
moving
internet, tell
on.
us how we're wrong.
Moving away from It's a Wonderful Life, what are some other subjective Christmas movies?
Arguably Home Alone, I would say. I'm just throwing this out here. I'm not telling you if I agree or disagree, but if you took Home Alone, the premise of him being home by himself, and put it any other time, is Christmas intricate to that movie?
So wait, guys, I have to tell you this story. There was an article in the Tribune today. The Chicago Tribune had an article called 25 years... Wait, hold on. Sorry, it's loading. 25 years ago, St. Charles parents left their kids alone to vacation in Mexico. Their case changed state law. And it was basically this couple in 1993 left their daughters, ages 4 and 9, alone in their house while they went to a trip to Mexico over Christmas.
Oh, my God.
And yeah, right. And I actually haven't read the article. I'm sure it's interesting, but I was at work. But I would argue that, people would have been much more likely to come down on them harshly if they did that during Christmas than if they did that during any other day of the year. Also, you probably shouldn't leave your 2 children alone while you go to Mexico.
Did they survive?
They were never seen again.
Like I said, I didn't actually read the article. Let me look it up. I'm assuming they did because I think the headline would be different if also the kid died.
Yeah. Wait, no. Sticking with Home Alone, there are multiple elements of this movie that correlate with Christmas. You have the ice skating scene, which wouldn't have taken place any other month of the year, maybe January. But nothing ever good happens in January.
January's garbage.
Yeah, nothing ever good in my life will happen in January. Nothing at all.
You're going to make the first monumental thing to happen in January. But yeah, I mean, it's a family vacation, and most of these family vacations often take place during the holidays, Christmas and the New Year, because a lot of people have time off.
Right, and those kids are not going to have 2 weeks off of school at any other point during the school year other than summer vacation.
Right, so it's crucial that they take it's not necessarily Christmas time, but it's still Christmas time de facto.
Wait, I'm a little lost here. So are you arguing that Home Alone takes place because it doesn't take fully on Christmas, or doesn't end on Christmas Day?
No, because even if it ended on, say, New Year's, it would still be a Christmas movie because there are many other elements of the movie which associate with Christmas. Sticky Bandits.
In the sequel, the Sticky Bandits.
No.
In the Wet Bandits in the first one.
Wet Bandits, that was... Why are you doing that, Marv?
That's our thing.
Yeah, I'm going to say Home Alone. I was trying to throw one out there just to see what the thought process was, because it takes place on Christmas. Christmas is crucial to the plot. It's definitely a Christmas movie. But you get other films like Trading Places, great film, not a Christmas movie despite one scene taking place on Christmas.
I'm not familiar.
It's with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd plays a drunken Santa Claus midway through the movie.
Yeah, because he's like a rich CEO or something like that.
I never seen it.
Well,
really? Well, it was like a dare, or something like that.
$1. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jen, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie, going back to my childhood, is definitely The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I have to say, so my choice of this is that this movie is perfectly designed to appeal to a 9-year-old, which I was at one point. It's definitely one of those ones I haven't rewatched in a couple of years because I'm always a little afraid when I go back to it that it won't be clever. Although
man, you're getting off the hook. The Graveyard Queen has watched it like 3 times this year so far.
Don't turn on Freeform. Don't turn on Freeform because it's probably on 60%
right
of the time
now.
you turn it on.
Yeah, no, but I loved that movie, and I still have great affection for it. But like I said, I'm just always afraid every time I watch it. So the last time I watched it was probably like 5 years ago.
It holds up.
Yeah, but no, that's probably my favorite Christmas movie out of all of them.
And Nick, please tell us why this is not a Christmas movie.
I'm not. It's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Listen, if you could argue that, though, I would.
I don't think I could.
Yes.
I think any movie that has Santa Claus as the main character kind of defaults as being a Christmas movie regardless. Yeah. Although I will say, and Gorhan, we talked about this the other week, the Santa Claus completely ruined the spelling of Santa Claus for people of our generation and younger forever.
You blew my mind.
Because there's no E in Santa Claus the name.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So... interesting thing about the Santa Claus is that Freeform, as I mentioned, is like showing it every other hour, but they were doing like, stay up next for the Santa Claus Marathon, the Santa Claus, followed by the Santa Claus 3. I'm thinking, wait, do they not have the rights to the second one?
Yeah.
I will say I have never seen the third one. I think it looks pretty atrocious.
I only watched like the first 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty bad.
It's bad. It's
the escape
not good.
clause.
How many clause puns can we make? It's a legal term, and it's Santa's last name.
Next time they'll give him like actual claws, and the Santa Claus. Anyway,
Is that Gorehound? Is that a holiday horror movie? Santa Claus?
I don't think so.
Well, then we better get writing. I mean, there you go, $1 million idea.
we could probably hire Kevin Spacey on the cheap.
Oh.
We need star power, people.
We also need a Predator.
He could be the villain. Okay, Charlie, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
This is probably going to be cheating a little bit, but can I do the Franken and Bass, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a lot of those old the stop motion.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say Frankenstein.
I did think he was going to Frankenstein. I was like, I don't remember that taking place during Christmas.
I want to.
We just watched a lot of it.
The Franken Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Those Burl Ives ones are they all kind of merge together for me, and they're all the same, and they're not really that long, so you could probably fit quite a few in a night.
I mean, I would count them.
Yeah, I mean, there's one. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue why, it's kind of hard to argue against them, but they're very charming. They're very simplistic. Is it really like, quality-wise, it's still good. And it does have, strangely, it's sort of weird animation where it's like that choppy stop motion and stuff like that. It's kind of charming. I think it gives it sort of a time. It gives it that very sort of a timeless quality. It's pretty much essential viewing. Like if you want to show a kid what Christmas is about, you show them any one of those. Rudolph, Santa Claus Coming to Town.
Year Without a Santa Claus.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Year Without a Santa Claus, man, that is depressing as hell.
Yeah. I do still say that the best song is the I'm Mr. Freeze. I'm Mr.
I'm Mr. Freezemeister.
That is just the best song out of all of those movies.
Is it great because they reuse it in Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to conduct his henchmen into singing it?
No, it's legitimately awesome.
So are we not going to say that Batman and Robin is a Christmas movie?
It should be, but no, it's not.
Wait, Nick,
Yes, Jen?
Nick, I've got a great question. So you're going to have a baby soon. What's your baby's first Christmas movie going to be?
It's a good question. Probably Santa's Sleigh.
Nice.
I don't know.
I'll come over for that one.
Put some
I'll
earmuffs
bring
in
my
that kid.
copy.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a big fan of the Peanuts, so maybe Charlie Brown Christmas. But I don't know.
A good one.
It depends on what is on the TV when we turn it on in Christmas time, and if the kid will be young enough to be able to watch a show. I don't know when the brain starts developing like that. If
sometime around 19.
Yeah, right. 19 years, right?
Yeah.
So I would imagine by then they'll probably be able to like follow images on a screen. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to bring that up to the Kiwi to see what she has to say about it.
Absolutely.
All right, Gorehound, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, if it wasn't already obvious, Gremlins is my favorite Christmas movie.
Now, is Gremlins a Christmas movie, Gorehound?
I stand by it. It opens with a Christmas song. Gizmo is given as a early Christmas gift, and it ends on Christmas, and it's just like it's snowing everywhere. Gizmo wears the cute little Santa hat that fits him miraculously.
And the girlfriend's dad died dressed up as Santa, caught in the chimney.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I stand by that it is a Christmas movie. And the best Christmas horror movie. But if we are taking the horrific elements out of the question, I would have to say The Night Before is my favorite Christmas movie.
With Gordon Levitt and
Yes,
Seth Rogen.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Seth
Oh,
Rogen.
wow.
And
I
was
never
it-
saw that one.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
Anthony Mackie was the other guy in there too.
Yeah.
The Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one was, I did see that. Actually, I think I saw that like the month after Christmas. And it was pretty cute.
Well, it's not
I'm a
just,
sucker.
It's not just cute. It is.
No,
there's
Yeah,
it's
Jen,
cute.
it's not just
there's
cute.
a story behind it. It is hilarious, and it's got a lot of heart to it. A bunch of guys who just like really love each other, and
Yeah,
trying
it was
to
very cute.
grow up. So I'll give you coming of age, but yeah, if any of you have not seen it, I would really recommend seeing it. Michael Shannon is in it for a very small part, but it is awesome.
Is that why you texted me the other night about Nick? Isn't Michael Shannon great?
Probably.
Totally random text at like 10 o'clock, and I just get this from the Gorehound. I'm like, all right.
He is.
It's just a thought I had in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I just woke up and I wanted to tell somebody Graveyard Queen is sleeping. I figured you would appreciate it.
I guess it's my turn. My favorite Christmas movie. I don't know if I have an answer because it depends on my mood. Like if I'm looking for something classic, I love White Christmas. I mean,
Sure.
probably one of my favorite Christmas films altogether, or not films, but special, is Charlie Brown's Christmas. We mentioned that already. I'm a big fan of Scrooged.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
Oh, that's a good one.
are you guys?
What's happening?
Do you guys hear that?
I do.
I think it might be coming from
Yeah, I heard it too.
Is your microphone doing all right, Charles?
Yeah, it's doing fine. It's doing fine.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't touched it or anything.
Okay,
Okay.
that was weird.
So-
Anyway,
We're good.
I'm also a big fan of the movie Scrooged. I think it's one of my favorite editions of
Yeah.
what do you call it? A Christmas Carol, because Bill Murray is such a jerk in that film. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, Bill Murray in his prime.
Yeah, and I gotta throw this one out there because I have a long history with this particular movie, and it's the 1964. I can't remember off the top of my head. Classic Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Which is
I'm not sure if I'm sure I've seen it, but I'm not recalling it.
it's a dreadful movie.
That seems right up my alley.
I mean, I don't think it would be. I think you'd be like, I am super bored by this movie right now. Very, very, very kiddie. Not good kiddie, but it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, and there's an MST3K.
That's how I think most people
Okay.
have been introduced to the film. If you need to watch it through Mystery Science Theater. But my
Just come over and we could watch it together.
that works too. Also, it's on
I think
YouTube.
I think it was on Netflix for a while. I thought.
It may have been, but one of the reasons I have history with this movie is that after I first saw it, somehow I convinced the school I was working at to turn it into a stage play for our winter show. Still don't know how I was able to convince them to do that, but it happened, and it was marvelous. I think what we could take away is there are a ton of Christmas movies out there that you don't have to watch the shitty freeform 25 Days of Christmas movies that they make. Is that Freeform that does it, or is it Hallmark Channel?
Hallmark Channel.
All right, they make like the shitty romance Christmas movies that I'm a girl who's overworked and I don't have time to find love, but I'll now find love because it's Christmas.
Most perfect
Hey.
man.
Netflix did a movie this year called The Christmas Prince.
Yes,
And
yeah, and I
it's
wanted to mention that
pretty
before
amazing.
we closed out that apparently this is like a lot of people are watching this,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know. Is it like a good Christmas movie?
No, it
Or is-
is horrifically bad, and that's why people are watching it.
So it's like, is it like Hallmark?
Yeah, it's basically kind of a Hallmark level type movie, where it's like somebody wrote this, they didn't reread it before they started, shooting. There's like a Twee disabled child, and
Oh no!
Oh, God.
with important lessons. Also, okay, so the basic premise of this movie, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for you guys. Listen, I
That's
know I'm just gonna do it. So the premise of this movie is that this girl who works for a print fashion magazine is going to this small country somewhere else where there's a prince for a for a press. They're having like a press thing, and so she goes, and the press thing is canceled. So she sneaks into this castle, and somehow they think that she's the American tutor, but no one ever checks to see if she's a tutor. They're just like, yes, hang out with this small child. And so then there's basically palace intrigue where will this hot young prince who everyone thinks is a cad but isn't really, will he actually accept the family crown? And then they say, oh no, he can't because he's adopted. But there's a secret poem that the king wrote that said that he could be the king anyway, his son could be the king. So it doesn't have to go to his evil cousin, which he hid in a Christmas ornament.
What?
This is amazing.
So then he gets crowned. He gets to become the king. Nobody double checks anything. And the original dead king, I guess this was the best way he thought of things rather. And also, just follow-up question, how in the world did they fake this pregnancy? Where did this adoption come from that no one knew? So anyway, then a week later, she's back in New York, hanging out with her nondescript friends who don't have names. And the prince comes and starts throwing rocks at her window, and it's no, wait, let's get married. Now, keep in mind, he's only known her for a week of his life. Also, in that, then it's been another week during which he was crowned the king of a country. And then he's like, you know what, I'm going to go propose to that girl who never, actually told me what her name is. I'm going to go propose to her, so the only time we ever hung out, she was pretending to be a tutor. It's phenomenal.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. And the head of Netflix, tweeted out there were 52 people or something like that who had watched The Christmas Prince once a day, every day since it came out.
I know. Those people are my heroes who can do that.
I need to watch this movie. This sounds absolutely amazing.
I just love that there are people what am I going to do with my day? I know, I'm going to watch the movie I watched the last 14 days.
And I'm guessing these people are over the age of 10 when it no longer becomes acceptable to do such a thing.
You know what? I hope so.
Well, that movie sounds amazing, and
yeah.
I say this now that I want to watch it, but I guarantee you I'll forget about it in 10 minutes' time, and then won't remember until it's brought up in passing again in the next, 6 months. But
I don't know. We have finished all of our Christmas DVDs that we own, and we have to start watching all of these stream movies, and I think this one is coming up pretty quick.
I mean, this is a good way to pick your Christmas card for next year.
Yeah, maybe.
But will it still be the thing in pop culture, or will it disappear like The Artist?
Unless we keep it alive.
The Christmas Prince and The Artist, very similar movies.
Well, we were referring to earlier a movie that would get completely forgotten over time.
Yes.
Bring it all full circle. So,
absolutely.
All right. Well, we've been chatting.
Yeah, we could probably talk for another hour, but we might as well,
kind of wrap this up. Well, I do have some trivia for you guys tonight.
Sure.
It's trivia time.
So, how many people here, raise of hands, have seen Christmas Vacation starring Chevy Chase?
Here.
Yes.
Gorehound?
Yep.
All right. I haven't. Is it good? No, I'm joking. So, do you remember in the movie the older woman? I don't think she's a grandmother, but she's like an aunt or something, and she's completely out of her mind. She wraps the cat. She starts saying the Pledge of Allegiance instead of the prayer.
That was so good. I love that. And everybody's just like, yeah, let's do it.
Fun fact, she is the original voice of Betty Boop.
No
yeah?
way.
Oh.
When Betty Boop became a thing when in the 30s or something like
50s.
that.
Oh, was it the 30s?
Like, she was like the original Betty.
The 20.
Alright, I take that back. She is not the original voice, but she's the one who made Betty Boop probably the popularist, who popularized.
It's okay, Nick. Breathe.
Made her
You got it.
popular. I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. Questel provided the voice of Betty Boop from 1931 to 1938. And a lot of Betty Boop's mannerisms and everything was inspired by her. So everything we know about Betty Boop kind of came to there. And if you rewatch the movie thinking about her as Betty Boop, you totally hear it.
You know, I just went and checked, and there is a BettyBoop.com, and you might be like, but is there a Betty Boop Holiday Guide 2017 on that website? And the answer is yes.
Oh, good. I was wondering about that.
You just never know.
So, yeah, that's my fun fact that I kind of botched, but there you go. She also did the voice of Olive Oil from the Popeye cartoons.
Give him a
Oh, I could see them both having the same voice.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all I got for trivia.
All right. We ready to close
Well
this bad
done.
boy out?
I think we are.
All right. All right. Well, this has been the latest edition of the all-new CultureCast, and I am the Gorehound.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Cousin Charles.
And we are the all-new CultureCast. Catch you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Woo.
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast, one of Chicagoland's finest podcasts.
You're making me fall asleep to death.
Well, I guess there's not much we can do about that. In the meantime, check out our blog at znculturecast.wordpress.com. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by bensound.com. This has been a Saltwater production, copyright 2017. Thanks for listening.
Of all generations.
It's true. Here, diddly
Sorry, are we
diddly.
keeping you up?
I was like, Charlie's bored.
I'm not bored.